Hi guys, my name is Unique. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, then you should know that the content covered on this channel is financial literacy and Canadian immigration. If you feel as though this content may be for you, then please remember to comment, like, share, most importantly subscribe, and do not forget to hit that notification bell so you will be the first to know whenever there is a new video uploaded. If you are already an existing subscriber, welcome back guys. So today's video, I wanted to bring a guest on to the channel. Her name is Ogelebor. She is a foreign trained lawyer from Nigeria who gained permanent resident status in Canada through the economic class, specifically through the express entry, specifically through the Federal Skilled Workers Program. Essay has now completed her NCAs here in Canada and is about to start her articling. Once she has completed her articling, she will be called to the bar, and at that point she will be a full-blown Canadian lawyer. So I wanted her to just come on and to share what the experience was like for her, you know, going through the express entry, specifically the Federal Skilled Workers Program, and how much it cost her, you know, in terms of relocating from Nigeria to Canada, and things that she thinks people should know about the process. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned and I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey guys, welcome back. As I stated earlier, we will be having a guest on the show today. Her name is Ogelebor. She is a foreign trained lawyer from Nigeria. She has now relocated to Canada through the Federal Skilled Workers Program, and I'm happy to have her on the channel to share some of her experiences. Essay, welcome.
Thank you.
We're so happy to have you back on the platform. So I know that you went through the Federal Skilled Workers Program in order to gain your permanent resident status here in Canada. You know, you and I already know that in order to even get into the express entry, you have to meet the minimum requirements, which means that you have to first ensure that you have, you know, your language ability test complete, and ensuring that you also have your, you know, your credentials assessed, you know, such as your education. So I just want to know, you know, approximately how much did it cost you, you know, to get those things done in Canadian dollars. So for anyone that's watching, they're able to do the conversion and have an idea of how much it will cost them.
Okay, so like Yannick has rightly said, you have to get your certificates evaluated, and that's depending on the body you go with. Typically, West at the time was $200. So it's necessary that you check the going rate because it may have changed. So it's always necessary that you go online. The sites are readily available. $200, that's just for the evaluation. And then there's also ICAS. I used ICAS. Funny story, I used Western ICAS because I didn't know better at the time. But however, ICAS basically evaluates lawyers to a professional degree equivalent, and that gives you a higher score on the pool. So at the time, I didn't know better. So I used West at first, and I had a basic bachelor's degree, which didn't necessarily give me the required score. And then I decided to use ICAS after consulting with a few people, and that it was slightly above $200. I think it was about $220, including DHL at the time.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Thank you. And this was for also the language ability test as well?
No, sorry about that. So the language test in Canadian dollars, it's about $150, right? So that's a total of $350. Yeah, so yeah, that was about it at the time.
Okay, so at least you guys who are watching, you have an idea in dollar figures of what you'll be spending. You must have these things assessed so you're able to plug in this information in order to complete the express entry profile, okay? So essay, so once you met the requirements for the express entry, how long would you say it took to receive an invitation to apply? And what was your score while you were in the express entry pool?
Well, luckily for me, at the time, immediately I met it, it probably took me the next maybe 2 days or 3 days after I put my application in, I think the longer wait is getting to a point where you qualify. Because typically it takes about, I think, they do the draws bi-weekly. So the minute I put my details in and submitted, and I think I had a 449 at the time, which I must tell you right now, it's it's getting an invitation to apply with that score is going to be a miracle. So the earlier you join the band, the better, because at the time that was a really good score. And the cutoff mark when I got that score was about 430 something. So look at that. And I tell you right now, the cutoff mark keeps going between 470, 480. I probably would never have made it to Canada if I didn't make the decision quickly. And that was it at the time.
Very good. Thank you so much for sharing, Essay. And do you mind letting us know, how long ago this was?
This was in 2018.
Wow, and we can see how quickly that number has risen. Wow.
It has, because the more people are getting aware, the more people are getting in the pool. And you know how this algorithm works. Because
Yes.
the minute you have more people and then there's a limit and people with higher scores, automatically it just makes everything go higher.
Okay. And once you submitted your application, for permanent residence, how long would you say it took before you were approved and gained, permanent residence status here in Canada?
Just 3 months.
3 months. Wow.
I know.
That was quick. Oh my
So you
goodness.
see, the thing is, not everybody's application is the same. Some people have it longer, some people have it shorter. I know people that probably had 2 years. Funny
Wow.
story. The person that basically guided me through, because I basically I called him a mentor at the time because he knew so much about it. He had his application down, and he didn't come to Canada until a year later. He took about a year plus. So there's no hard and fast rule as to how long it takes. As long as your process is ongoing, that's all that matters.
Wow, amazing. 3 months. That is pretty fast. You are lucky. Oh my goodness. So, Essay, I know when you're completing your Express Entry profile, you normally have to place, the province in which you're interested in living. So I currently know that you reside, here in Alberta. May I ask why you chose Alberta as a province you wanted to settle in?
While completing my Express Entry profile, interesting story, I had chosen Toronto. Alberta became pleasant because I realized I had family here, and then I did a little research and realized, oh my God, the tax here wasn't as high as Ontario. Job opportunities seemed better or more, and it just felt like soft landing. Well, I take that back. It was actually soft landing because I had family here. So it was soft landing, and it was cheaper than Ontario, because at the time I submitted my profile, I just basically chose any province, and all I wanted was for it to go. So by the time I realized that, okay, yeah, if you're faced with it, you have to travel, you have to do your research and check, what provinces might be suiting. And Alberta was best at the time. Still works for me.
But it seems like majority of the people that I come in contact with that are interested in relocating to Canada, their first choice is Ontario, and for good reason. It's highlighted a lot, especially Toronto. So I can understand why a lot of people want to relocate to Ontario. But I think it's very important that people do their proper research on the different provinces, throughout Canada, because there are provinces that definitely have certain perks. And as you've mentioned, Alberta, we pay less taxes here, and that's definitely a benefit. So as a foreign trained lawyer, what was it like trying to find a job after relocating to Canada, and how long did it take you to find a job?
It was a bit difficult, but not so difficult. At first, I came into Canada and people said, "Oh, put up a resume on Indeed, ensure you make sure it's use all the resume tools to ensure it's Canadian compliant, So I did everything I could do. And in the first month, I felt as though people were not seeing my resume. I never got a call back. And I'm like, what's going on? My aunt kept trying to encourage me and tell me, just consider this as a holiday and, keep trying. And by the second month, I think I came in July, and I got my first job at the end of, sorry, I came in July and I got my first job at the end of August.
Okay, so not too bad. People that have come to me because they've seen some of the videos that I've put out, some of their concerns is wondering how much is it going to cost them for rent and food and all of that stuff. And I mentioned to them, I say, this is why you have to show proof of fund in order to relocate to Canada to make up for that period of time that you are unemployed until you're able to find a job. So I know that you had to come here with a certain amount of money. Would you say that that money was enough to cover your expenses while here in Canada before you were able to get a job?
Well, yes, because I got a job early.
Okay.
Despite the fact that I do know that most people's challenge is the fact that despite them having shown that proof of fund, the cost of relocation might affect the money that you already have saved, because of course you have to run into expenses to be able to relocate, because you're packing your whole life in a box and moving countries. So yeah, the chances are you're going to have a lean pocket at the time. But interestingly, the government actually does, well, not necessarily so much of financial support, but there are lots of programs that can help you find your feet as quickly as possible.
Okay, good. So for all those who are listening and watching, I hope you heard that. If money is a concern when you get here and your settlement money runs out too quick before you're able to find a job, just know that the government has certain programs in place that you will be able to help yourself. Okay. So Essay, how would you compare your Canadian work experience so far to that of your work experience from Nigeria?
Night and day. It's a bit different because you meet a new culture. Things that ordinarily would not be acceptable in your home country, surprisingly can be acceptable here. And the first things first is for you to be able to adapt. It's a process. You have to learn certain things to learn new things. And one major thing that Canada seems to focus on is soft skills. So nobody really cares about whatever you have in paper. You do have that qualification, yeah, but what can you do? What can you bring to the table? That's what everybody wants to see. And the minute you don't have that, that's the end. So when you come from a country where people recognize your degree and they give credence to that, and even when you're not so good at the job, they still kind of give you the respect because of your paper. Sorry, if you expect that here, that's different, because that degree ain't doing nothing for you if you don't have soft skills. So yeah.
Okay, and what are some of the challenges you would say that you faced after relocating outside of finding a job?
Well, it's funny because when I have to be very honest, the first challenge I faced here was the driving. That was very trivial, but coming from Nigeria, we didn't have this many road signs all over the place.
Yeah.
So I thought I could drive, and I probably did the road test. Please don't tell anybody. I'm just gonna whisper how many times. I'll probably make fingers maybe like 4. I suddenly felt as though, oh my God, I had driven for maybe 6 or 7 years before moving here, and suddenly that was my first challenge. Then the second challenge was working. I saw a completely different part to Canada. Well, whatever the challenges were, the beautiful thing is there was light at the end of the tunnel. And then the final challenge was licensing. I had to write about 5 examinations, study, still make a living, make sure your bills are paid while you're studying. And it was tough. It was challenging, but we did it.
And how would you say you overcame those challenges?
Prioritizing.
Very good.
Yeah, and I had to, set my priorities straight. I gave myself goals. Determination is another thing. So the first challenge of driving was determination. No matter how many times I failed, I tried again. I know most people would say that, would not tell you the truth. You know how sometimes failing can affect your, well, what do I mean sometimes? Almost all the time. When you fail, it can affect your confidence, and suddenly you realize, oh my God, I probably can't do this thing. But eventually, when you're determined, you're able to build that confidence and do what you think you couldn't do. Secondly, prioritizing in the sense that I had to set goals and make sure. So I basically had a calendar, time frame. When I go to work at this time, come back at this time, at this point in time, I need to be done with this course. I need to have written these exams. And I basically committed the whole 2019 to writing my NCAs. And guess what? Luckily for me, I did that. Sorry. So when I say NCAs, I'm referring to the qualifying exam for lawyers, for foreign trained lawyers. So I did that in 1 year, and yeah, and it's been uphill all the way.
That's amazing. You said you came here in 2018. You dedicated all of 2019 to completing your
Sorry,
NCAs.
I have to retrace that. I came here in 2019 and
Oh,
dedicated 2020. So I did the express entry in 2018. At the end of 2018, sometime in November, I submitted my express entry. Sorry, December. And then I got an invitation in March of 2020, so which is a 3 month frame.
wow.
So, yeah.
And you've been on the go nonstop. That is so amazing. And I hope those who are watching see that in order to be successful here, it's definitely not impossible. You just need to have your goals set out for yourself and how you are going to accomplish those goals. Okay.
Yes.
So, would you have done anything different throughout your immigration journey? And if so, why?
Oh, nice question. I never imagined it, right? Like I've never really thought about it, you know? Ooh, I can't think of anything I would do differently because it's been target. Like for me, it's been do this, achieve that, and it's been a wonderful ride also. So it's the basics is I was able to channel or find positivity out of the negativity. I had to be, it helped me build my tolerance and persistence. Because honestly, if I went by my experience, I would probably be packing my bags back home.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
I hope you hear that, guys. Don't give up if it gets too hard when you get here. Just know that you need to fight it through. It's a part of the experience and it will help, make you guys even
definitely.
better, even more successful. So,
Mhm.
what advice would you offer to those thinking of relocating to Canada through the economic class or those who are currently in the process of immigrating to Canada?
So the first advice I would give is don't let the scores scare you. You might think that you don't qualify because you probably have a first degree. Right now, I'm told the best option you have is when you have a master's and all that, and you just feel reluctant to start. The first thing I tell anybody is start. You don't have enough money, start. Because you don't need everything at the beginning. All it takes is that first step. Funny story is when I started, I did not have the money, but the determination was there. So all it takes is start. And now when you're in the pool and you realize that it's getting tougher, go with the tide. I'm pretty sure there are lots of things you can do to improve your score. Presently, with French as an additional language, you have 50 points added. I know people that had to travel to French speaking countries to learn French just for this process. So the question is, how far are you willing to go? If you're willing to go all the way, you will be here. So even if you take people have, I know people that have had to write the IELTS exam, which is the English speaking test, for over 7 times. Yeah,
Wow.
I said 7. But guess what? The minute they come here, everything is all in the past. They forget that they had to go through that process because there's light at the end of the tunnel. All you just need to do is keep moving, start, keep moving, don't stop.
Amazing,
Yep.
amazing. SA, it was so amazing having you on the platform today. I'm
Thank you
so
for
happy.
having me.
My pleasure. It is my pleasure. I'm happy that you're able to share your experience with
Mhm.
those, who are interested in coming here. And I hope it is of benefit to them. Everyone, SA also has her own YouTube channel. You can find her
Yeah.
at Essays Insight. That's ESE apostrophe S
Mhm.
Insight, INSIGHT. I will also leave it in the description below so you guys can head over to her channel and find lots more information. Okay, guys? Thank you so much, SA. Have yourself a wonderful day.
Thank you so much,
Bye.
Yannick. Have a good day. Bye.
Hey guys, welcome back. I really hope that you enjoyed the content today. Please remember to comment, like, share, most importantly, subscribe, and do not forget to hit that notification bell, guys, so you'll be the first to know whenever there's a new video uploaded. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.